Your broker just closed your position without warning, and suddenly the market doesn't feel like an opportunity anymore. It feels like a trap. That moment when the screen goes red and the decision is made for you is one of the most financially and psychologically violent things that can happen to a trader. It happened to thousands of people during the volatility spikes of 2020 and again in 2022 when margin calls wiped out accounts that looked perfectly healthy just 48 hours earlier. We're not talking about reckless gamblers here, we're talking about people with plans, with conviction, with research, people like you. So let's unpack exactly why this happens. Because the broker didn't wake up that morning and choose violence. When your position moves against you past a certain threshold, the broker's risk engine, which has zero emotions and zero patience, automatically liquidates to protect their exposure, not yours. Think of it like a bouncer at a club who doesn't care that you've been a loyal customer for years. The moment you hit the line, you're out. The cruel irony is that the very volatility that created your opportunity is the same force that triggers the exit you never chose. Now, here's where most people go wrong after a forced closure. They panic, they revenge trade, they double down emotionally, and they turn one bad day into a catastrophic week. The psychological gut punch of losing control of your own position can make even experienced traders act like it's their first rodeo. Behavioral economists call this loss aversion on steroids, where the pain of losing feels roughly twice as powerful as the pleasure of an equivalent gain. But here's what the sharp traders quietly do instead. They pause, they audit, and they ask one simple question. Was my position size the problem, or was my thesis the problem? History gives us a brutal but useful mirror here in 1987, in 2008, and again in 2020. Forced liquidations cascaded and crushed even the most well-reasoned bets. And every single time, the people who survived and came back weren't necessarily smarter. They were more disciplined about how much they risked per position relative to their total capital. The pattern is almost embarrassingly predictable. Overconfidence leads to oversizing, oversizing leads to vulnerability, vulnerability leads to forced exits, and forced exits lead to the kind of losses that take years to recover from. Yet every cycle, a new wave of participants convinces themselves that this time their conviction is strong enough to justify the risk. Here's the misconception we need to demolish right now. Having a strong thesis does not protect you from a margin call. The market doesn't care about your research, your logic, or your YouTube comment section. It only cares about price action and your account balance. So what did I actually do after my position got closed? First, I didn't re-enter the same trade out of ego. I treated the forced closure like a fire alarm and asked myself whether the building was actually on fire or if it was a false alarm. Second, I immediately reduced my overall exposure by 20 to 30% across every open position, buying myself time and mental clarity to think rather than react. The practical lesson here is brutally simple. Position sizing is not a sexy topic, but it is the single most important variable between surviving the market long-term and getting carried out on a stretcher. A good rule of thumb that's survived decades of market cycles is never risking more than 1 to 2% of your total capital on any single position. It sounds boring until the broker clicks that button. Discipline isn't just a word you put in your trading journal. It's the operational system that keeps you in the game when the system tries to eject you. The traders who are still here after 10, 20, 30 years aren't the ones who are right the most. They're the ones who are wrong without being wiped out. Here's the philosophical truth that took me way too long to learn. The market will always be there tomorrow, and your capital is only useful if it's still yours. Protecting the downside with obsessive consistency is not pessimism. It is the most optimistic thing you can do because it guarantees you a seat at the table for the next opportunity. Whether you came out of that forced closure angry, humbled, or somewhere in between, what matters now is the system you build going forward, not the position you lost. Comfort with any outcome starts with knowing that no single trade defines your trajectory, and rational preparation always beats emotional reaction. And if you're ready to take that disciplined mindset beyond trading and into building real, tangible wealth, check out our links in the description below. Whether it's real estate investing, home contracting work, or finding the right lenders, we can help you get started.